Well. Another Thursday, another predictions video. Hold up, forgot to turn my lights on. That's kind of embarrassing. Oopsies. Started from the top. Well. Another Thursday comes along. Another day for predictions. It's a sad week. The mighty Buffalo Bills have fallen. The New England Patriots taking their first loss of the season. You hate to see it, man. You hate to see it. But as always, we'll get right into it, do it nice and speedy. Had my worst week of predictions. We've been getting worse every single week. This was the worst week so far. I went 6-8. Ooh, 6-8. Hate to see it. Hopefully we can bounce back. It puts our total at 47, 30, and 1. So still up quite a bit in the win-loss column, but we can't keep having weeks like this. We got to get back. We got to get back to our winning ways. So the losses, we got 8 of them. So buckle in. I picked the Rams over the 49ers. Man, shout out Mac Jones. He played very, very good. And honestly, if I'm the 49ers, I might think about just starting Mac Jones until he doesn't play good because he has been kind of lighting it up. Also with a lot of injuries, and he's still playing that well. So I don't know if I'm them. I think I play Mac until it feels like he's not doing it anymore. I guess. Next, I picked the Dolphins over the Panthers. I mean, come on, I feel like that was an easy pick, and somehow they lost that game to the Panthers. I might not pick the Dolphins to win another game this season after that, like I said. Next, Giants over Saints. I think I was sipping the Jackson Dart Kool-Aid a little too hard after the first game. Saints went out and won. I mean, Saints have been scrappy, man. They've been scrappy. Rattler, he might be the future quarterback. He might be the guy. I'm not quite sold on it yet, but I think he's played decently well so far. Got his first career win too. Shout out Rattler, first career win. You knew it was coming at some point, right? Eagles over Broncos. That Broncos defense, man, they're good. Definitely didn't see that one coming, but it happened, man. I picked the Cards over the Titans. I feel like that was an obvious pick, and they were up pretty big. I don't really know how they lost. I didn't watch all of it because I went to play basketball. And Titans pulled it out, man. Cam Ward with his first win of his career. Shout out Cam Ward. He's got the aura. He's got the aura. Next, I picked Seahawks over Bucks. That was a hard game for me to pick. My heart wanted to go with the Bucks. I went with the Seahawks instead, and I should have just trusted Baker. You know, when in doubt, trust Baker, and that's what I've learned. It's all a learning experience here. The one that hurts the most Sunday night, I picked the Bills over the Pats. I'd probably pick them 10 times out of 10. But I did have a feeling that was a game the Pats could win, and they did win. So Drake May is awesome. What can I say? Drake May is awesome. Even though I'm a Bills fan, I love Drake May. Diggs played out of his mind. And Buffalo's got some problems. They definitely got some problems. They're far from perfect. Hopefully they can fix it, though. And lastly, I picked the Chiefs over the Jags. Jags went out and won it in probably one of the craziest ways possible. Lawrence fell twice. He got stepped on the first time, got back up, fell again, ran for a touchdown to give him the lead. And the Chiefs just don't have that magic like they used to during the 13-second game, which I don't want to bring up. I don't want to talk about the 13 seconds. Um, but yeah, I don't know if I ever would have picked the Jags, but hey, man, they're winning football games. Whether I like Lawrence or not, they're winning. So that's all that really matters. Now we'll get into this week's slate. Hopefully, like I said, we do a little better. I'm seeing stars in my vision from looking at my lights. We got tonight's matchup, Thursday night, NFC East battle. We got the Eagles and we got the Giants. Eagles are a favorite. I really want to pick the Giants, but I'm also a little afraid to. So I'm going to pick the Eagles. I almost did it, but I'm going to pick the Eagles. I think this week I will get a little crazier with it because I felt pretty safe last week, and look what that got me 6-8. So I don't know. We might get a little wacky with it. I just don't know if I can get wacky enough to pick the Giants. Although I do want the Giants to win, I'm going to pick the Eagles. But I hope Dart plays well. And same with Scataboo, the Scat Pack. All right, on to Sunday. We got another early morning game in London. Denver and the Jets. This is going to be pretty easily Denver. The Jets look so bad. They can even score points on the Cowboys. You know, everyone's scoring points on the Cowboys. They just, I don't know, they just felt like they couldn't move it very well. Not that I watched a whole lot of that game because it was pretty one-sided. 1 o'clock slate, we got Arizona at Indianapolis. This is a pretty easy Colts for me. The Colts, hey man, they might be the best team in the AFC. As much as I want it to be Buffalo, it might actually be the Colts. So I'm picking Colts here pretty easily. Arizona somehow fumbled their game away against the Titans. I got no hope in them. I just want Trey Benson to come back, but that's for fantasy purposes. So we're picking Indianapolis. Now we got the Chargers at Miami. Yeah, this is a tough one. Hampton's hurt. I think he's on the IR even. I'm going to have to double check that. Again, I just love spreading misinformation, but I think he's hurt. That doesn't sway me too much. I did say I would never pick Miami again if they lost to the Panthers, so I'm going to pick the Chargers here. Miami's just weird, man. They got the vibes going for a little bit, and now it just feels like vibes are bad again. So, yeah, we're going with the Chargers. Next, we got the Patriots at the Saints. I'm going to pick the Patriots to win this one. I think the Patriots are really kind of putting their stuff together. They're starting to figure it out. They're kind of looking like the team that I thought they would be in the preseason. They're looking pretty good. And like I said, the Saints are scrappy. I expect this to be a pretty close game, but I think New England's gonna pull it off, probably on the back of Drake May. I don't know if Diggs will have another huge performance like he did against Buffalo. He could. He always has that opportunity. I would still like to see more Henderson in the backfield, but yeah, I'm going New England. Next, we got Cleveland at Pittsburgh, the rivalry. Pittsburgh is the favorite. Browns have it. Dylan Gabriel. You know what? I liked what I saw out of Gabriel. Maybe a hot take, but he's kind of doing, I think, what most people that watch football and know Dylan Gabriel would expect him to do. He's taking the easy throws, the short passes. He's not really going to take any risks. He's not going to push it down the field unless he absolutely has to. He's just going to be safe with it, and I don't know if Cleveland can win playing that way. Maybe they can, but I think he's going to have to take some shots. So I'm going to pick Pittsburgh, another boring pick. Another boring pick. We'll see how it does me. Next, we got Dallas at Carolina. Dallas with a big win over the Jets. Carolina with a big win as well. You know, I should go Dallas here, but I actually think I'm going to go with the Panthers. I don't know. We got to get a little weird with it. We tried being safe last week. It didn't work out. I'm going to go Carolina at home. I don't know why. They haven't really impressed me by any means. But, maybe Bryce Young and McMillan will do something against this Dallas defense. Maybe Dowdle in his revenge game will have another 200-yard performance. Probably not, but I don't know. I'm just going to pick Carolina here for the upset. I'm not super happy about it, but we got to get a little wild with it now. We just have to. All right, Seattle at Jacksonville. Seattle is a favorite. I'm liking how Darnold's playing. I'm not loving how Lawrence is playing, but again, Jacksonville is just finding a way to win games. It's kind of weird to think that they're one of the top teams record-wise. It just doesn't feel right. But that being said, I think I'm going to trust Darnold here. I'm going to go with Seattle. Again, though, this is one I could see Jacksonville winning. I really could. But I'm going Seattle. Now we got the Rams at Baltimore. Rams, one of the easiest picks of my life. Without Lamar, that team is just in trouble. You think Henry would be able to carry them, but if they're just going to force Cooper Rush to throw the ball, I don't know if Baltimore's got the juice. I don't think they got the juice, but we'll see. Rams, if I didn't already say it. All right, we got the Titans at Las Vegas. Um, I don't know what to think about either of these teams. I like Cam Ward, but he hasn't played the greatest. I don't think he's necessarily played that bad. I think the team's just bad. I think it's just a really bad team. And the Raiders, man, holy crap. Talk about underperforming. I thought the Raiders were going to be pretty good this year with Geno, and he is just throwing it to the other team. So this is a weird one. Could be a big game for Genty. But I don't know. Vegas is the favorite, but I think I'm gonna pick the Titans here. I don't know if I've picked the Titans yet. I probably have, but I think I'm gonna pick them. There's just I don't know. There's something weird with the Raiders, and honestly, this is a game where maybe the Raiders go out, beat them by 30, but I'm gonna take the risk. I'm gonna go Titans. You know, they got a big win, even if it was in crazy fashion with one of the craziest touchdowns I've ever seen in my life. But hey, maybe they somehow ride that momentum into Las Vegas. I'm a gambling man, and I'm gambling on Tennessee. So, hey, hey, what? I have nothing to say. I got nothing to say about it. I'm going with Tennessee. All right, we got Bengals now led by Joe Flacco. They went out, made a trade at Green Bay. I'm going Green Bay pretty easily here. I don't think Flacco is going to solve a lot of their issues. I kind of would have preferred someone like Jameis there, but they did have to go out and make a move for a quarterback because clearly Browning was not it. I don't know what happened, but he's just not it. So I do like the Flacco move, but I don't know. Flacco is kind of like a statue these days. He can't move very well. It probably will have to be a lot of quick passes. Anything deep, I just don't think the line will hold long enough for him. And I just would have loved to see Jameis there, even if he would have thrown like 5 picks a game. He would have thrown like 5 touchdowns along with it. He just let that thing fly, and it'd be fun to watch. I don't know if it'd help him win more games, but it would be fun to watch. I don't think they're going to be that much more fun to watch with Flacco. Maybe though. I mean, it'll probably help with some of the fantasy relevance of some of the players between Higgins, Chase, and other Chase Brown. He'll probably get some checkdowns. So I don't mean to ramble too much here. It's an easy Packers, but Flacco probably will help in the long run. San Francisco at Tampa Bay. This is kind of a crazy matchup. Mac Jones is playing incredible. Baker is the fucking man. I love Baker. I'm going Tampa Bay here just because I love Baker, but don't count out those 49ers. They definitely could win this. They definitely could. Even if everybody on their team's injured, it seems like as long as they got Mac Jones and Christian McCaffrey, they could win. So I'm going Tampa Bay just because I love Baker. But this could be a coin toss for sure. A little coin flip. Sunday night we got the Detroit Lions at the Kansas City Chiefs. Um, the Chiefs are the favorite because they are at home. The Chiefs, you know what I will say about the Chiefs? Their offense has actually looked pretty decent, better than I have seen in like the last couple years, honestly. But it seems like everything's harder for them this year. They definitely had some luck go their way in the past few years. I think that just happens with good teams too. Like I'm not knocking them for it. Like it just happens to good teams. But it seems like that luck is not there this year, and they really have to play hard just to get every yard, every point, which they are capable of for sure. But I think I'm going to go Detroit here. I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of the Lions recently. They're really sticking to that run. Amon-Ra is a great receiver. Laporte is doing good. He had a good game. And I just think those 2 running backs are really hard to stop. I don't really know much about their defense. Kirby Joseph gets a lot of interceptions. I don't know if that'll help against Patrick Mahomes. Maybe it will. Maybe it won't. But I think I'm going Detroit here. It's a close one, but one I think Detroit will win. We get into Monday night. We got 2 Monday night games. Once again, Buffalo at Atlanta at a 7:15 Eastern start time. I'm going Buffalo here. Hopefully they get the bounce back. Atlanta is a weird team this year, kind of up, kind of down, up and down, up and down. So hopefully Buffalo bounces back. I'm gonna pick them. I'm never gonna pick against Buffalo. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna pick them. But hopefully they got to get some. They got to get some things figured out. That's for sure. So hopefully they do it this game. And lastly, we got Chicago at Washington, the Caleb Jaden rematch. Last year, it ended with a Hail Mary, if you remember correctly. Um, and I like where Chicago's heading this year. I've kind of liked to see them grow. Some of the things they're doing this year, I've enjoyed seeing Caleb's growth. But I'm going Washington here. I just think they're better right now. Chicago's still going through growing pains. So yeah, I'm gonna go Washington. I know, kind of boring again. Still didn't pick that many upsets really outside of the Dallas Carolina one, but I think that's what I'm going with. And that's it. We got two teams on bye this week, so only one last game: Minnesota, Houston. And yeah, those are my picks, man. I think I made a pick for every game. I don't know. I'm starting to lose it. I'm starting to lose my mind here as the season goes on. It was inevitable. But yeah, those are my picks. Hopefully, we have a perfect week. Still waiting on that. Got close those first 2 weeks. And then since then, I think we've been cursed for some reason. But we'll try to get through it. Hopefully, a better week this week. Hopefully, the few upsets I picked hit. We got to get a little more creative with it, is what I'm thinking. So that's it. That's all I got for you. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, comment what you think. Who are the playoff teams going to be? Maybe leave a comment of that. I don't know. I might predict it halfway through. I'm also thinking doing a halfway through like awards prediction. So we'll see. I'm kind of lazy, so I don't know if I'll actually do that, but that's what I'm thinking. And I'm out of here. Peace and chicken grease. Have a good weekend. I guess I'll just see you next week with the results. Hopefully they're good.